Good morning, student. Welcome back again. Today we are going to know about how the water can be pulled up in upward direction. So that is mean ascent of sap. So here is the diagram of a complete plant body which can shows soil and soil water, root and root system, and aerial parts, that is stem, leaf, leaves, and flower, fruits. So what happened in this? There is a plenty of water which can be present in a soil. That water, specifically capillary water, can be make available for the root. Means the capillary water can be absorbed by the root hairs, and then that root can transfer that water towards the aerial part. So first of all, root are underground part, and above that soil there is a presence of aerial parts like stem, leaf, fruit, and flowers. So what happen, how that water can be directly participate in a photosynthesis within a leaf. So there is a most important thing, that is a column, which is nothing but a xylem vessels and tracheids. So these xylem vessels and tracheids are participate in the water conduction or water transport. So, and due to that activity, the water can transferred from soiler region to the root system, and from root system to the aerial part. So complete this pathway is opposite to the gravitational force, and when that water transferring from opposite or against gravitational force, at that time there is a development of a pull transpiration theory, as well as there is a creation of root pressures. So in this way there are two supporting theories, that is root pressure theory and transpiration pull theory, which can support ascent of sap. So now today we know about how the ascent of sap can actually working. So first of all, ascent of sap is nothing but an upward movement of water through xylem against gravitational force. So what is meant by against gravitational force? The movement of water with xylem from soil to the root and root to the leaf, that is nothing but an upward movement. So actually what happen in upward movement, that is the transpiration drives ascent of xylem sap, which depends on three most important thing, that is cohesion. So cohesion is nothing but an mutual or same attraction in between water molecules. So two different water molecules are nothing but an same molecules, and in between that two water molecule, whatever the mutual attraction is going to be done, that is nothing but an cohesion. So that cohesion can hold two different water molecules, which can make a rope like structure, and that can transfer the water molecule in upward direction. So later on what happen, that water molecules again bind with xylem surfaces. Okay, so there is a attraction in between two different molecules or two different polar surfaces, that is xylem wall and water molecule. So that is nothing but an adhesion. And third one, that is a transpiration pool. So what happen in transpiration pool? Transpiration is nothing but an metabolic activity which can expel out extra or salt and sugar water we expel out from stomatal pores. So at that time again there is a development of a transpiration pool, which can pull or push the upward movement of water. So in this way, the ascent of sap is going on in each and every plant lives. Then these properties gives water high tensile strength and high capillarity. So what is meant by capillarity? In plants, capillarity is nothing but a small diameter of a tertiary elements. So within a soil, whatever the water is present, that is different type of waters, and from that only the capillary water can be made available for the root hairs. Means that capillary water which is in a soil that can be absorbed by the root hairs, and remaining different type of water from soiler region, they are not absorbed by the root hairs. Later on, as water evaporates to stomata, then the thin film of water over the cell is continuous, and it results in pooling of water molecules by molecule into the leaf from the xylem. Means whatever the water is expelled out due to the transpiration pool, below that there is a presence of a palisade tissue, and that adjacent tissue and xylem of leaf, they can continuously resulting the pulling pressures. That pressure is exerted on the adjacent cell. Then also because of lower concentration of water vapors in the atmosphere, water diffuse into the surrounding air. So in this way, the water vapors can be expelled out in atmospheres. Then this creates a transpiration pool. So here is the development of a transpiration pool. Transpiration pool is nothing but a positive energy which can be expelled into a water vapors. The force generated by the transpiration can create pressures which is sufficient to lift up a xylem sized column of water over the 130 meters high. Means there are many more plants which are huge in heights, that near about 130 meters high. The transpiration pool can lift up water near about 130 meters high. So how much it is powerful? That is a transpiration pool pressure. Then in this way, the ascent of sap is going on, but there are many more scientists working on ascent of sap, how water can move in upward direction, because animals or we are not move opposite gravitational forces. Means when we are lift up or when we are jump, we are directly pulled on, or we can directly due to the gravitational forces, we are pulled towards the ground surface or on a land. But how the water can be pulled up in upward direction, that is the most important thing, and that can be demonstrated by the many more scientists. So first of all, Priestley in 1960, they can be working on the ascent of sap, and at that time they shown root pressure is a positive pressure which develops in the xylem sap of the root of the plant. So here is the xylem sap. Sap is nothing but a water plus minerals. So that is a sap which can that water which can hold many more salt, sugars and minerals within it, and that is called as a sap. While ascent is nothing but then then it is maximum during when ascent of sap is maximum during rainy season in the tropical countries, while it is maximum in spring in a temperate countries or habitats. While the amount of root pressure commonly met in plants is near about 1 to 2 bars or atmospheres. So the neighboring diagram shows or demonstrate the pull which is done due to the evaporation. Evaporation is a development of a water into the vapor form. So here is the beaker which can shows mercury, then that tube, within the tube mercury rises up in a tube, and above that there is adjustment of water. That water again lift up when mercury is move in a upward direction, and then the water also move up in upward direction, and at the top there is a porous spot, and that porous spots having pores, and from that small pores that water can be expelled out in the form of water vapors in within a atmosphere. So this demonstration can support ascent of sap, and that is the root pressure theory. Then there are three different points about the mechanism of root pressure development. So first of all, that is osmotic, which is done due to the tertiary elements of xylem which can accumulate, which can hold salt and sugar, and that's why the high solute concentration causes withdrawal of water from the surrounding cells as well as from the normal pathway of water absorption. So the salt and sugar water, which is a sap that can expel out due to at the time of transpiration, as a result in a positive pressure development in the sap of the xylem. So the osmotic pressure or a transpiration pressure is a positive pressure. Likewise, there is a bioelectric potential exists in between xylem canals and surrounding cells, which favor the passage of water into them. Means the adjacent cell of a leaf and the xylem canals can create a electroosmotic pressure, and that's why there is a development of a transpiration pool. Likewise, non-osmotic pressure, that is nothing but an differentiating in between xylem elements which produce hormones that function as a metabolic sink, and that can causes movement of water towards them. That is, living cells surrounding xylem can actively pump water into them. So the neighboring diagram is the demonstration of pull due to the transpiration. So transpiration is again a metabolic activity which can be done in the presence of sunlight and air. So here is the beaker which is filled with mercury. Again that mercury pulled up in a test tube. Above that there is a air-free water, and there is a transpiring leafy shoot in the presence of light and air. At that time again there is a development of a transpiration which creates a positive pressure, that is a pull, and there is a development of a root pressures, and that's why there is a development of a positive pressures. So there is some objection on root pressure theory. Then there is a cohesion tension theory. Then cohesion or tensile strength, then development of tension or transpiration pools. Okay, so in this way there is a transfer of a water. So lastly, the deeper cell in turn obtain water from tertiary elements. That water in tertiary elements will come under a tension, that is a similar tension which is felt in millions of tertiary elements lying adjacent to the transpiring cells, so that can create a pull. It causes the whole water column of the plant to come under tension. So here is the development of a tension, which is a positive energy or which is a positive outcome. As the tension develops due to the transpiration, it is also called as a transpiration pull. So this is the most important thing. On account of the tension created by the transpiration, the water column of the plant is pulled up passively from below to the top of the plant like a rope, means as a rope. So the neighboring diagram shows, here is the endodermis, here is the soil water which is absorbed by the root hairs, that is absorption of a soil water, and this is the xylem canal, this was the cortical tissues, and here is the pericycle. So what happened within this, these are the soil levels, and here is the creation of a pull which is the ascent of sap. Here is the lenticular cells or a small opening which are present on a bark, that is a small pores which can shows a transpiration. Then here is the leaf which is a cuticular transpiration. So what happened, this is upper epidermis, these are the palisade cells, and this is a xylem tissues. Below that, here is the spongy mesophyll, and here is the stomatal transpiration. Okay, so in this way these roots absorb water, then transfer towards the stem, and due to the ascent of sap or due to the transpiration pull or due to the root pressures, the water always move up in upward direction, and lastly they are utilized for the photosynthesis purpose or the secondary growth purpose. In this way, the ascent of sap is most helpful for the plant growth and development. So here is the some diagrams which can shows how the root absorb water, how they can be transferred from root to the stem, and what is meant by cohesion and adhesion, and how the transpiration pull or how the transpiration tension or a pull creates, and how the water expel out from the stomata. So in this way, we know about the ascent of sap and the two supporting theories, that is a root pressure theory and transpiration pull theory, which support ascent of sap, which can prove how the upward movement of water is done within a plant. So thank you for listening.